Taronic here, master weaver of mystery suspense thrillers, screenplays, and broadcaster of astrology. It's hot out here, so let's blow through this astrology as fast as I can, okay? First of all, we're talking about Thursday, the 5th, March 5th. Do remember that Mercury retrograde is still in effect until the 20th. I would say give it till about the 27th to be out of the shadow period to be safe, but past people are still coming back into your lives, whether for the good or for the bad. Okay, so beware. Now, the sun is at 14 degrees of Pisces until 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday. So if you're watching this on Wednesday, it's already there. Okay. This pertains to secret, sacrifice, solitude, and taxes. Pisces season does in general. It affects placements, this transit between 11 and 17 degrees of any sign. Okay. And under these energies, one can be more ambitious, determined, and aggressive. Okay. They might be feel like they were like on a mission to get something done or complete something or do something. Where you have challenging aspects to these energies, you should avoid conflict and confrontations or being antagonistic. So talk things out as opposed to being petty, okay? It's really good for placements between 11 and 17 degrees of Scorpio and or Cancer, Taurus, and or Capricorn, okay? But you can check the astrology in the morning on my Facebook page at author Taronic and see exactly how it's affecting every sign, okay? Moving along. Mars in Pisces at 2 degrees will be semi-sextile to Saturn in Aries on Thursday, okay? This is kind of a tough one because it speaks as to a challenge that creates a restriction or responsibility that's placed on you, okay? There's a slightly favorable chance, though, that you can overcome this. It hampers on your image behind the scenes, okay, if you can't. Where you have placements between 0 and 5 degrees of Pisces, Aries, Taurus, and Aquarius, you have the opportunity available to initiate some sort of assistance and or opportunity. Be sure to manage your frustrations because you can feel annoyed if others or situations are not cooperating with you, okay, or going your way. But you have to take action either way if you want anything to change. Under these energies, one can be generous, fiery, honest, sensitive, and even a bit secretive. Here, one may treat people the same no matter their income or status level. Assistance, comfort, and or support can be offered, okay? Here, one may nurture their legacy so it can flourish. If money comes in, it can be used to further one's legacy as well. You can be determined or held, you can be remembered or held in high esteem for something here if you overcome trials or be dignified or feel dignified or given some type of honor or something like that. Even if it's merely because you're reaching out to help someone else, you're going to be appreciated. Peace and harmony can be had, and you can find friends who are willing to help you if you ask for that assistance, okay? The energies can be sensual or overindulgent, so watch your spending because you don't want to go overboard in any type of fashion, okay? Just don't do too much. Now, let's talk about a 1 hour and 55-minute transit that starts at 4:51 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is when the moon in Libra at 8 degrees will be making a fated yet karmic aspect to the North Node retrograde in Pisces. There is a unique situation or circumstance here, okay? This can pertain to something you've been waiting for, something established, or something you're trying to get off the ground. A partnership, relationship, a secret, can be, this can be a secret here. You can have to make a sacrifice or be in your solitude. But regardless, wherever you have placements between 5 and 11 degrees of Libra and or Pisces, you're affected by these energies. It's time to fine tune how you nurture yourself so you're in alignment with your highest aspirations, okay? Step away from your lower expectations or aspirations, which is likely your comfort zone, and go in the opposite direction. Okay, under these energies, one can be calm, persuasive, dutiful, courageous, reliable, reserved, sensual. Some will be kind of sad. A separation of some kind can be causing sadness, even if it's a separation from someone you're fond of or you've been fond of for a long time or since you were a kid or something like that. Okay, it could be like even a death had been a death in the family, and you're remembering that and you're sad because of that. But anyway, regardless, under these energies, if you're coupling with someone else, be sure that you're dealing with someone who is trustworthy, okay? We could be talking widowhood, divorce, a second chance, a partnership, a marriage. One can be required to travel or move around. when there's a dedication to handling things here, and you might not even disclose the specifics after you do whatever you're going to do. These are adventurous times, but you can return home with good memories and at peace if you're successful with whatever you're trying to do. Now, the next transit I want to talk about is a 24-hour transit, and it starts at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is when the sun will shift over to Pisces at 15 degrees, and it will be trining Jupiter retrograde in Cancer until Friday around the same time. So this is great. It brings luck and expansion and a blessing, or a blessing of luck and expansion coming in as it pertains to home and family, secrets, sacrifice, solitude, taxes, or just expansion in general, or a lucky situation in general. Okay, all the way up through Friday at 9 a.m., starting on Thursday at 9 a.m. This affects placements in any sign between 11 and 17 degrees. You might have to, or you might have insights that help you to revise a plan so that you can have success come in. It gives you the confidence and the ability to reflect to make successful circumstances. There could be a fortunate or smooth flowing opportunity as you review past goals and beliefs, okay? Under these energies, one can be caring, shrewd, stalking, kind of watching someone, noble, righteous, and helpful. Many obstacles can be overcome, especially if you're dedicating the money you have to getting things paid off, or you're using your money to like assist your kids or something like that. Regardless, these are protective and understanding energies, okay? You can show up as a leader. You can show up as one who's determined, patient, tender, and or hardworking. Check the astrology to see how it's affecting every sign in the morning on my Facebook page at Author E. Ray Taronic. But do know, Scorpio and Cancer placements between 11 and 17 degrees, see the blessings. Taurus and Capricorn placements between 11 and 17 degrees, see the assistance and or opportunity, or they're offering it, okay? Now, let's move along to the next transit I want to talk about. It's a 1 hour and 55-minute transit, and it starts at 2:19 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So for 1 hour and 55 minutes, the moon in Libra at 13 degrees will be making a fated yet karmic aspect to Pallas in Pisces. This is a unique situation or challenge where you have placements between 10 and 16 degrees of Libra and or Pisces, and you're affected by these energies. It can involve a partnership, a relationship, creativity, strategic planning, wisdom, knowledge, secrets, making a sacrifice, or being in your solitude. Now, you'll have to utilize and balance your intuition with your rationality so that you can see the big picture and draft up a strategy, okay? A balance between your emotion and your logic is called for, so you're going to have to temper your impulsive feelings, okay? Under these energies, one can be cunning, subtle, artistic, manipulative, gifted, honest, kind, determined, good at acting or faking the way they truly feel, especially where they're trying to reach a goal or something like that. You know, they're going to put on one face but be feeling another way on the inside, or you're going to be doing that. Now, like fake it till you make it type of thing. After a long time of putting in effort, or effort, success, or money can be attained here for some. This is a rebuilding process. Okay, so you're trying to begin again. If you've already regained your status, you still kind of remain down to earth and accessible to people, which will garner their respect. Okay. Now, the last transit I want to talk to you about is another 1 hour and 55-minute transit, and it starts at 6:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So for 2 hours, the moon in Libra at 15 degrees will be making a fated yet karmic aspect to the sun in Pisces while squaring Jupiter retrograde in Cancer. Okay, so although a blessing is aspecting from Jupiter and the sun, there's a unique challenge or situation as it pertains to a partnership or a relationship, okay? This affects placements between 12 and 18 degrees of Libra, Cancer, and even Pisces. Home and family, partnerships, relationships, secrets, making sacrifices, or being in your solitude is in the mix. This can see you being pulled in different directions at once, okay? Especially if you're struggling with how you show up and your inner feelings, okay? You might feel one way, but you might have to show up another way, okay? And you're kind of struggling with that. Manage your propensity to go overboard. Reflect first so you can manage self-indulgence and over-excessiveness, especially if you're having to spend. Under these energies, one can be cheerful, caring, frivolous, self-lenient, fickle, cunning, and stalking, like watching someone or waiting for someone, or someone is waiting or watching you. Although there have been setbacks, especially as it pertains to some type of partnership, it doesn't have to be love, but it can be. It could be a marriage, a romance, or just a long-term bond, okay? It could even be a friendship. Now, if it's your children, you're going to be dedicating resources to them, even if you're not maintaining like a marriage, you know, with whoever you had the kids with. You're at least providing some type of financial or intellectual support. Okay, determination, patience, and tenderness is shown here regardless, and you're seen as protective and understanding, or someone else is, okay? You can be seen, or one can be seen as noble, righteous, and helpful, and even a leader, someone who overcomes trials and obstacles easily, or helps someone to overcome trials and obstacles easily. Try to be gracious here and not get into any quarrels, especially if you've had quarrels or are feeling some type of way underneath the surface about this individual, okay? Be mindful of that. Don't take anybody's kindness for weakness, because neither person here is weak, okay? Thanks for sticking around for the daily astrological update, and I will check back with you guys in a couple days. I hope you guys are having a great full moon. Bye now.